Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Rossi. Today we're going to disguise a turkey just like our book Turkey Trouble. What you'll be needing today is something to color with like crayons or markers, a pencil, a scissor, a glue stick, and you're going to need our Thanksgiving project papers that you got in class. You can take your label off because we don't need that anymore. And then we're just going to carefully separate our papers from our packet. So you can carefully pull off your construction paper, and you should have a bunch of different pieces of construction paper, all different colors, a turkey paper, and a white paper. Thanksgiving is just around the corner, so we're going to disguise our turkey, just like our book Turkey Trouble, so it can hide and not be eaten for Thanksgiving. We have all different colors construction paper, so we can cut out different parts of our turkey's costume and glue them on, or you can use your crayons and markers and color directly on top of your turkey to create its disguise. Your disguise can be anything you would like it to be. If you want it to be another animal, just like in our book, if you want it to be a superhero or a favorite movie character, you can do that. You can make it a princess or another kind of person. You can even make it into different objects. I made one earlier today that I made into a crayon box where I turned all the feathers into crayons and I covered the turkey's body with a box. Now this time I think I'm going to turn my turkey into a snowman. I am mostly going to use my big white paper and some of my smaller colored papers as well. Now when I made my crayon box turkey, I found it easier to cut my turkey out of my white paper so I could trace it onto my colored pieces of paper. You can do that, or you can leave it on here and just build your costume on top of our paper, which is what I think I'm going to do for this snowman. I'm going to start by grabbing my big white paper and I'm going to be cutting a snowman body to go over my turkey. If I place my white paper on top of my turkey, I can see through my white paper enough where I can trace my turkey's body. Now we have this big white paper so that we can create big white designs that we'd like to color on top of, or if you run out of a certain color construction paper, you can always use the white paper and color it to be whatever color you want. Now since my turkey is going to be a snowman, I'm just going to be drawing a snowman on my white paper, making it nice and big so that I know it's going to cover up my turkey's body. And I don't really want to cover up my turkey's head, so I am going to draw a head on here, but I think I'm going to cut around it. So now with my scissors, I'm going to cut out this big snowman body that I just drew. And like I said, I want to use my turkey's head, so I'm just going to cut around that head that I drew. That was just to help guide me make my snowman's body. And as I'm cutting, again, I'm moving my non-scissor hand and I'm keeping my scissor in the same spot as I'm opening and closing. I'm going to put that white paper to the side in case I need more later. And I can place my snowman body up to my turkey, and that looks like a pretty good fit. With my pencil, I am just going to draw on some little details to show my snowman's body. So my snowman is going to have some buttons. I'm also going to end up giving my snowman a hat, I think, and some arms. But now, before I add more decorations to my actual snowman, I want to figure out what I'm going to cover up with those feathers. I think I'm going to use some blue, and then I'll use a white crayon later to add snowflakes in the background. So I think I'm going to consider my turkey's feathers as like a big background area. In order to cover up all of those feathers with my blue paper, I'm just going to draw a big half circle with my pencil that goes all the way up and around. Almost like a big rainbow curve or a big hill. And I'm just cutting along that pencil line with my scissor, turning with my non-scissor hand with my helping hand, and opening and closing my scissor slowly. Now I can slip that in back there, and that's going to be great to cover up my turkey's feathers. I don't want to cover up the snowman body that I just drew, and I don't want to cover up my turkey's head. So I am going to place my feathers on first, or that blue space I'm using to cover up my feathers first. And then I am going to place on my snowman body. And I am just going to trace around my snowman with my pencil So then I can cut that out of the blue so it doesn't cover up my turkey and my turkey's head. And I can cut out a big circle up at the top where I think my turkey's head is going to be also. Again, you don't have to make all of yours out of construction paper. If you want to color your turkey disguise right on your turkey, you can do that too. I think it's fun to make a costume out of paper though. All right, there we go. Now I can fit my turkey body right in that space, and I can still see his head, and I'm covering up most of those feathers, which is fine. If you see any spots that are still peeking out, that's okay, because it does not have to be perfect. I'm going to glue on this blue piece of paper to cover up my feathers, since that is mostly like our background. So putting some glue from my glue stick on there, lining it up, and pressing it down. And then now I can glue on my turkey's snowman body. So I'm just going to place some glue where the body is going to go, and then I can press that white shape down onto my paper. While I let that dry, I'm going to cut out a hat for my turkey. I think I'm going to use a black hat. So I'm going to take my black piece of paper, and I'm just going to draw 2 rectangles to make a hat. So I'm doing one that is small and one that is big and tall. I'm going to cut that out with my scissor and line it up, and that looks like it's going to fit nicely. I can add some glue and glue that right on the top of my turkey's head. And my turkey also needs some arms. I'm also going to use black for the arms. So I'm just going to snip a couple of rectangles that are nice and long, and then I'm going to make some that are small. And I'm going to make some twig-like arms. I'm going to put some glue where the arms are going to go. And it almost, even with that blue background, it kind of looks like my snowman turkey is in like a snow globe, which is pretty cool. And now I can add some hands on there. There we go. Now I just want to decorate my snowman body and color in my turkey's face and his legs. So I'm going to start with these crayons. I'm going to grab a brown that I can use to color in my turkey's face. I want mine to look like it's a real turkey hidden underneath this snowman costume, which is why I'm coloring it brown. If you want to leave yours whatever color your disguise is, you can always color it that way. It's totally up to you. I'm going to leave its beak nice and orange, because that does remind me of like the carrot nose that you'd see on a snowman. And we could color this in red, and I'm going to just draw it down. There we go. And I'm going to give him some orange legs also. I'm going to take my markers, and with my markers, I'm going to trace over those pencil lines I drew on my snowman's body. So I'm going to trace this line that separates that top half of my snowman to the bottom. I'm going to trace around those little extra details I added on my turkey, and I'm even going to go around my turkey's snowman body so it's a little bit easier to see. I'm going to give my turkey some red buttons. And now I'm just going to use a light colored crayon in that blue background to create the look of snowflakes. I don't think I have a white crayon, but I think this bright light yellow is going to show up. Yep, there we go. I'm just going to draw some snowflakes back there. And now it looks like maybe my snowman is inside a snow globe, or it's just in a snowy land. And I'm even going to add a little decoration on his hat. I'm just going to put a little stripe along the hat to finish it off. And that is my turkey in disguise all finished. I disguised my turkey as a big snowman where I cut out all of the different parts and glued them on his body. Again, you can just color your turkey in, or you can collage it like I did. It's totally up to you what you want to turn your turkey into and how you would like to do it. Once you're finished, take a picture of your finished turkey and share it with me on Canvas. I can't wait to see the amazing turkey disguises you come up with. Try your best, have fun, and get creative. I'll see you soon. Bye!